we're showcasing today the ENEOS 1972 Skyline Hakusuka. This car goes back to the days of our beginning of the factory fill, working with tighter tolerance vehicles that need thinner fluid. This was one of the first featured vehicles that we started in our company. And to have that here today in Las Vegas at the Sema show is very exciting for us. And this day means a lot for our company.
I've had the car for about 4 years. It was imported originally from Japan. We did a little restoration, tried to keep it somewhat original. So we didn't do too much, but we went with the GTR look. And yeah, I love the car and just really excited to be here at Sema.
We finished both of our builds, fortunately. The Lexus LC, it's the yellow one you see in the center stage on the platform at the Lexus booth. And the Prius is sitting behind us, Toyota booth. And it's actually made it to the top 10 of the Battle of the Builders, so I'm pretty happy about that. The Prius was almost done at that point, which is piecing it together. So the LC was more of a challenge. Obviously, when you guys saw the car, it barely looked like a car. So a lot of little details had to be worked out. We got the car wrapped, interior finalized, wheels set up, just putting it together and making sure that it looks good in person. I think SEMA show is huge for anybody who's in the automotive industry. It's big for us, especially because it showcases what we can do with cars, and that directly translates to what we can do and offer to our customers.
All the cars made it once again, and very happy about that. Last time you guys saw me on video, I was a little stressed out, a little hurting, but I'm feeling pretty good right now. Rested up, and this is the easy part. Now I just talk about the cars before I actually had to make them. So this year we brought 5 cars to SEMA. We have a pretty wild GTR. It's a Veris Kamikaze 2 supersonic wide body. There's a ton of interior work done. We gutted the whole interior, redid all of that. A ton of exterior. It has really, really nice suspension on it. A lot of engine mods that are quite nice. It's a really cool build. And we have, of course, an RX-7, which is a special project for us. It's one of our teammates and past employees' cars, a guy named Johnny. He's been building cars with us for a lot of years, and we were happy to support him in his own personal project. So we've been busy. We've had a lot of cars, and we're excited. They all showed up here in one piece. I always panic until I get to the event. I worry about everything. I worry about the transporter crashing with the cars in the way. I worry about load-in and someone hitting a car. And now that it's safe, I don't care. Life's easy now, so I'm good. I think having too much of a game plan takes away from the creativity. Last year we didn't have any plans to do our crazy BMWs, and then one day we did. Next year we'll have some other crazy plan, hopefully. The new NSX is definitely exciting. GTRs remain exciting and always will be. And we love the classics. I love the fact that I'm seeing more Akoskas out here. I'm seeing more 240Zs out here. But seeing the throwback to raw enthusiast cars, I think is always exciting, and that'll always remain in style because it's honestly a fun experience to drive.
We made it here. All the cars that we were supposed to get done is here, and the 1996 BMW M3 that we did for Street Fighter LA got done with the RB26 motor. That car came out great with the Midnight Purple 1 color. Everything was painted inside and out, as you guys saw in the previous video. That car was not even in the primer stage yet, but we managed to get that car done. The Ferrari that we had in the previous video as well got done, sitting at the Toyo Trepass with a nice wrap that the owner came up with. We managed to finish it up with rotor-form wheels and an airlift suspension. It sits on the floor, it's how we wanted. We also fitted it with the FI exhaust, and it screams driving down the street. This year, SEMA 2016 was a little bit easier for us. We got done on Sunday night, so we were able to relax, and instead of working throughout Monday morning and getting to SEMA, I'm here this year relaxed, walking around and checking all the cool stuff out there. A couple cars caught my eye. I noticed there is a lot of trucks outside up front. Maybe I gotta switch and do some more trucks maybe next year, and we'll see how it goes.
Anytime you can get together with the people from the industry is extremely important. We've got some great new products that are out in the marketplace. And so this gives us a real good opportunity to discuss and to kind of showcase those.
I'm part owner of Evasive Motorsports. I want to show you guys what we have going on right now as we are about 3 weeks away from Sema, so it's crunch time. Follow me. Here you kind of see our wall of fame where all the features and magazines we've been on, all the cars that we've built, and then I'll take you guys to the back. Our company's divided into two sections where this is the parts side and we have our workshop, which we work on customers' cars, and we also build in-house race cars and SEMA projects. So over here we have a customer's car. He wanted a full-blown race car from the ground up. And then this is one of our SEMA projects. It's a Lexus LC500. It's a new car that has not been released yet. This car actually came to us as a prototype. The challenge for us is actually make this car look like a production car, but still maintain that same quality. Behind the Lexus, you see some of our old retired shop demo car race cars. Over there is our Evo, which is one of our first time attack cars. And the FRS, that car was, it debuted at 2013 Sema. The feedback was great from the people, and we decided we wanted to campaign it and run it for Time Attack. And then S2000 obviously is one of our main focus here. It looks like a race car, but it's actually a fully interior street car with air conditioning. This is another Sema project that we're working on right now. It's a Prius, Toyota Prius. The new Prius actually has a fully redesigned suspension geometry that's supposed to handle a lot better than previous generations. So we're kind of building this car around that to prove to people that Prius is an economical, fuel-saving car, but at the same time it can also be fun. For this year's Super Lab Battle, we're going to be running our GTR. It's actually a full interior street car as well, but we like to make it look a little bit crazier. We're going to compete in Unlimited class because it's running on slicks, but that's a car we're going to campaign this year. And then next to it, you see some customers' cars out here for some work done. Just to give you an example, type of cars we work on, the type of work we perform on these cars.
Hi, I'm Ben. Welcome to Bulletproof Automotive. We're about 3 weeks before Sema, so things are a little crazy here in the office. We're in our 16th year in business, and we do quite a bit of high-end custom work for Japanese, European, and exotic sports cars. Here we have Sid doing some welding to the chassis of an R35 GTR. Most people will see a car like this and assume it was in an accident. This is voluntary. This will be a full overtake dry carbon build, which is why the quarter panels are off. So the car behind me is an example of what it will look like when it's done. This is my baby here. I've been building this car on and off for years. It's been a really fun, never-ending project, and some of the cars that you've seen here are basically inspired by this. End result is we're able to get about 400 pounds weight reduction out of the R35 GTR platform. Every tuner has a different philosophy of what makes a good car. For us, our focus is more so about overall balance, which weight reduction is a key factor in that. We've been doing crazy Sema cars for about 10 years now, over our 16 years. And every year I have a love-hate relationship with it. Every year I say never again, but sometimes deadlines bring out the best of us, and sometimes it takes an event to really push to our limits. We did a BMW Z4 last year that we cut the roof off of the car, cut the windshield off, made a custom glass windshield for it, did a full custom interior. Half the car was just this crazy concept that no one had expected of us and that no one had really ever tried before. What happens at Sema, everyone looks at a project and thinks it was an easy walk in the park and it was totally fine. And that was an example of a car that was perfect at Sema, but if you talked to me 3 days before, I was borderline suicidal. I was just freaked out because your reputation, everything you do and work for is on the line. And that's how it always is, but everyone's got to put on a show. You see a car that's done, or you think it's done, but then it's pushed in and pushed out because the thing doesn't run. And that's like par for the course for Sema. And it's just it's a reflection of how little time there is for the unknown. And everyone wants to budget time. It's what you don't know that kills you. To become a Sema builder, it takes a number of things. I would say a high tolerance for pain and stress is probably one of the key ones. Ultimately, a Sema project is never about any one category of thing. It's never about just body work or just engine tuning or just getting nice wheels and lowering a car. It's all of those things plus about 50 more, all in a compressed time schedule with a number of different partners. And it's like running a deadline that in career terms can mean life or death in terms of success or failure. Sema's an exciting thing for tuners, a scary thing for tuners at times, and amongst all, it makes for good content, good inspiration, and good things for people to enjoy.
You guys, what we got going on this year for Sema? 10 years ago, I started doing this out of my garage, and now we're building cars, cutting up McLarens. So let's go out there and see what we got. This FRS is going to Sema, so we stripped it down, painted Lambo green, and it's coming out real good. We got this version 3 Rocket Bunny kit. It's one of the 5 that will be at Sema this year. Of course, the version 3 kit is 20 millimeters wider, so we're gonna remake the wheels. We got a set of 18-inch Rotoform LHR concave to fit it without any spacers. Here's the second project we're doing for Sema. This is one of the bigger projects that we've done. This is Liberty Walk McLaren 650S. It's debuting at Sema. Mr. Cato himself is sending over a 650S, but this is one that we're actually building. This will be at the Gin Performance booth. We just got the kits mocked up. We did the cutting, and I know it will kill a lot of guys to see this, but we cut them up. It's not as crazy as the past couple of years. I kind of learned not to overkill myself. I think we got a good amount. It's not quantity, it's more quality. Coming out to the back, here's a project that we're doing. We're in a process of molding in. I guess not too many's been done. We're getting rid of the rivets, the over fender. We've got a couple of other ideas that we're working on that I don't want to give it away, and you can see it at Sema. Here's my R8. I know it's dusty. It was at Sema last year. It's going to Sema again this year. Funny how I got this car. Didn't even expect to own an Audi. I love BMWs, but I told a lot of people I only buy an R8. Long story short, I ended up with an R8 with Liberty Walk kit, and I can't complain. This car here is definitely special to us. This debuted at Sema about 3 years ago with Nitto tires. Everything came to us in 2 weeks before Sema, and we were able to put it together. And that's how the relationship of Rocky Bunny and LTMW kind of started. Working with Liberty Walk, ended up meeting Mr. Rocky Bunny himself was definitely our turning point for Sema. I mean, that's what kind of allowed us to continue to build more and more projects for Sema. Body kit company, Street Fighter LA, Lee Coleman and Dylan Coleman. This is Dylan's car. It's gonna be definitely drift inspired. It's got an RB26 going inside it. You know, what you guys see at the show is the fun part. The stuff that we have to go through here, especially myself, carrying a lot of load of pressure to get things done. I mean, a good example of last year, and I think this is why I'm only limited down to about 10 cars this year, was I literally had a breakdown. Pulled over on the freeway, had to call my wife, and was just scared that nothing was gonna get done. And I mean, we were so limited in time. You know, there's so much things that could go wrong. That's the nightmare stuff. I mean, I wish I could have a camera crew follow us like from October 1st to Sema, and you guys could actually see how crazy it really gets here. Everything's done for you guys. I mean, the fans love it, and I'll continue to do it until you guys don't want, you know, wide bodies and crazy builds anymore. Personally, I think it's never gonna end. It's gonna go on forever, so we'll see what the future holds.